Okay. So basically what we need to do in the rear here, um, part of the structure that's coming through the rocker is going to form a fender here. So when you open the door, the rear door, you will have, like in a real car, well, part of the fender. But more importantly, we need to today we need to make a structure that's gonna basically allow us to remove this guy, and that's gonna hold all of this together. So we need to finish the floor, and we need to make, like some frame rails onto which we then mount the rest of the floor, and the part of the rear structure here that's gonna then connect to the to the C pillars, and to which we are gonna mount our push rods. So since we decided last time that we're gonna use push rods, that's the most convenient part to mount them. Hey, Mr. Amorti. Hey, David. So yeah, that's the plan for. I mean, that's the plan for today. That's the general plan, but we'll see how much we can accomplish today in the 2 hours we have. Uh, First, of course, I need to consult not the blueprints, but some pictures of the underside of the car, so I can see where is what. Okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna post this link here. Hey Ben. Yeah, push rods is the solution. So it's gonna be great. So the picture I just posted is I'm pretty sure the British racers have done Sierra pushrod conversions. I'm 100% certain. It would be illogical for it to be otherwise, because I've seen E30s converted to live axles as well. So okay, so let's take a look at the picture at hand with the Sierra. Okay. So basically what we can do, yeah, well, the frame rails that we already have on the car, we are going to extend them, and yeah, we are going to use them for our purposes. So basically, let me turn the car on. You see, we have these here. So I have mounted them in this example. I mounted this part on the inside. So we're going to mount it on the outside, and we are going to go as far to the outside as possible, maybe one step more. And then we're going to do, our classic, well, frame rail, let's say. Let's put it this way. It's going to go over the suspension, and to this frame rail, everything else is going to attach, roughly. So let's first do the switcheroo here. Of course, a little rearranging is necessary, but this is necessary anyway because all of this was, you know, temporary at best from the beginning. But now we have a direction, we know where to go, and it's all fine. Okay, so you see here we have it on the inside, and here we are going to go on the outside. And unlike in the charger, we have to use only two. See, we're going from inside we're going to go out to the outside, like a diagonal, kind of. And then here we're gonna stop. I think we should stop here. This step is also going to form basically, you know, where the feet are on the rear bench. So basically where the rear bench stops. This is it. This is where the rear bench stops. And then it's basically just suck a wall. And then we have rails going to the back. That's the plan, I guess. Yeah. I think this is a good plan for now. And we'll see how much we have to change our plan going forward. And one good thing about this as well, you see, when we move the rail here to the outside, we are going to have just around here, we are going to have enough room for our hand of God steering to turn up. So we will have enough room for gears that we can divert the axle here up to the roof. So right now everything is pretty much according to plan. So obviously these two will have to go, since the tunnel, because we already see where the drive shaft is, the tunnel is gonna be a lot lower here. And the gearbox that we're gonna make is gonna sit in here, and it's gonna have enough room. So these two are gonna go and are gonna be replaced probably by the these, probably by these. So it's gonna be a lot. The drive shaft is gonna be a lot smaller than in the charger. But that's, you know, that's what we want. So these need to go. And of course now, right now, it's gonna be all a little bit wonky, but we're gonna fix that. Okay. Right now I have no idea how we're gonna fix that, but you know, things are gonna develop. I have a feeling we are gonna ditch this guy, and we're gonna attach it here, or perhaps I'm just gonna, yeah, we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna attach it here and here, so it's symmetrical, and the pins are going to go here and here. Okay, yeah. Sorry if I'm talking to myself a little bit, but I'm an old man. I can be excused. Okay. Uh, if I can build models for other people, well, I technically I can, but will I? Probably not. The reason is, well, simple, because there's just no time. Uh, Consider what I'm doing here, building a model for everybody. You know what I mean? Basically, I just cannot make a model for someone as a commission or anything, because there's just simply no time. Uh, you see how long it takes to develop a model on stream, and I'm really trying to do this as quickly as possible without losing the fun in it. But now developing a model for someone and then building it and getting all of the pieces necessary, I don't know. It would cost too much for the person ordering it, and I would rather that people do it themselves, because you know, where's the fun in if I'm building it? The fun is if you build it yourself. So technically, these here are not really at the moment, not really supporting anything. These are useless right now. Um, and right now I have no idea how to actually put them to work. No, wait, I'm lying. That's not true. I I just thought of a way. So I can use this here. Probably. How do I want to do it? Um, Probably I would like to position this guy here in a way that it would connect to this, and at the same time I would be able to use these two to make a brace across the tunnel. So yeah, basically as far back here as possible, so that it can come under the gearbox, behind the gearbox. So basically here, this would be a good position. This would be actually an excellent position to do that. There. Perfect. And same on the other side. I don't really know LOX Lego, so I cannot comment on any of his work. But yeah, I mean, to me, I like to do, I don't like to repeat myself. I like to do things every time I do something. I want to do things differently. New building techniques. Even if I build the same layout, since when we do the E30, the layout of the car is gonna be, well, not exactly the same, but it's a double wishbone front suspension, swing arm rear suspension. Even there, we're gonna do things differently. I already know that things are going to be vastly differently than the Sierra, even though it's the same kind of layout. And ideally, I like to make, every car that I do needs to be, I mean, needs to be. I want it to be something different, something that I haven't done before. Um, well, the Challenger chassis, I still have the front and rear suspension. You know, so these still exist. I still have these, but at one moment in time, I think we should revisit this in the stream and do this a lot better, because this is quite heavy. This is not that heavy, but there's, with the knowledge that I gained over the past, I don't know, 2 years since I did this, this can be done a lot better, So someday we might revisit this. Until then, it's gonna gather dust. I mean, it's not gather dust, since it's in a closed box, but since until then, it's gonna be here. No. Oh, you're asking Ben. Sorry. Um, okay. So, this is good. I am basically gonna install the brace here, just so that we have things under control. Okay, so this is gonna be in the final car. These two are basically connecting the frame rails to the tunnel, and then they allow this brace, so everything here is really strong, which is good. And the gearbox is gonna be here. The car and shaft is coming here. Engine is gonna be here, and it's gonna be perfect. So now let's turn the car around and see what we can do with these. I mean, it depends on the car, really, but honestly, to me, I prefer Technic cars to be functional, because they're Technic. If they look good, that's a bonus. But I always loved the old Technic models, because they had functions, they had gears, all of that, and so much of this is missing from today's models. They just look good, and some of them don't even look good. They're just panels, and as you said, um, it's not all roses. So okay, the way I'm looking at this, um, theoretically, we could go up here. So this would be the edge of our floor. If you imagine, let me put this together. Or no, I'm going to do it like this. So imagine, okay, that this is the edge of our rear seat, and then the rear seating area goes well, it's gonna be here, and then it's gonna be a fender. Of course, this is gonna be the door. You know, you have seen cars, cars like this. The A pillar is gonna be here, and well, I think this is the usual gap that one gets when entering a car. Of course, we could go one step further back. Uh, this would uh, this would make our life a little bit more difficult because, you know, see it, we need to go above this, but it's doable, and we should go as far back as possible to make this area as big as possible. VW Beetle fan. Well, since there's not gonna be a stream tomorrow, Merry Christmas to you too, and to everybody in the channel. I wonder. So it's 5, 5, and 4. And we have a 3 stud gap here. No, this is a 4-door. Which other rear ends are you talking about? So, first we need to figure out how to do the floor section from here to here. Do we make them with these, or do we keep these? We could even do it, I guess, this. No, that's not gonna happen. You know, but I don't want to keep it to have it open like this. You mean this? This, I don't know how it's called. It's basically it's a 2-piece. I don't know. I don't even know. I think it's from Star Wars sets. Christian said it's from Star Wars sets, and you know, I'm using it because this is exactly what's needed, and Christian suggested it, and he I don't know how he came up with it, but this is exactly what we need in this point. Oh yeah, on the Challenger, yeah, I have. Well, basically, there are monster truck wheels that have been basically trimmed down, so a section of rim has been cut out, so they've been made narrower, and then a normal RC tire fits over them, because all of the RC wheels are ugly, and the good looking wheels are just for the monster trucks, and they're, of course, you know, the rim is like extremely wide for the balloon tires, useless, but they look good. So we had to, basically, Ivan did it. We narrowed them so that they are narrow enough for. I mean, they're as narrow as standard 1/8 normal car wheels, and then, you know, those tires fit. I mean, sometimes you have to make your own luck, you know. Okay, let's continue. So what if we use these? How long is this? This, and then we have a gap of 3. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it this way. this is gonna be the best way. So we're gonna continue the floor as it is. So with these two, but since if we use these, we are 2 studs short, which is not a problem because we are gonna use on each side. We're gonna use this. So we're gonna put this section in. It's gonna continue the floor as this. These are gonna combine everything into a sturdy structure, and they are exactly the length that we need to fit in here. And then the rear wall here connects directly to this. I think this is gonna be the best way to do it for now. And first we're gonna do one side, and then we continue to the other side. Oh God, what now? Okay, no more notifications. But the way we have done this here, yeah, what the hell? It's not gonna make itself. Okay. So now we remove this. And we carefully, okay, now this is gonna be unsettled a little bit, but no worries. Okay. And now I need a few of the blue things. So first, very simple, combining these two. And then we're gonna combine these, of course. Okay. Here. And the rear, we don't know yet what's gonna happen. First, we need to make sure that this doesn't fall apart. Okay. Now what? Okay. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here and here. Okay. Oh, come on. Will you please? Thank you. Okay. So this is a lot better already. Okay. Now here in the rear, we're gonna have this guy somehow. And the wall here is gonna be made. Okay. Now let's consider a few things. We would do this. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to do this without making putting this back, because otherwise I just don't know if it's where this needs to be. Here. It needs to be here. Yeah, okay. It needs to be here. Well, I know it only because Christian told me last time. I was before yesterday. No, before Monday, I was completely ignorant of where those parts came from. Um, okay. Could be. Could be. So if I put this guy in here and we omit this here, then we need to support this here on this. Um, I wonder if it's possible. If it's possible. Um, yeah, finding use for obscure parts is actually very fun. I like it. Hmm. Ooh, that's gonna be tricky. That's gonna be tricky. I mean, I'm kind of gonna mount this here anyway, but I'm not making promises. We'll see. I'm gonna mount this just to see. Okay. Okay. So technically, what we can do here, well, we can move this guy out one bit because there's room. And I'll show you in just a bit. Then it's not going to be a problem. Like this. So now we put this here. Suddenly, we do have very good mounting point for our suspension. It's not the final mounting point, but I mean, it's probably the final mounting point, but not the final way we're gonna mount this. Just the point. So, there. Already much better. So this is the gap your feet are gonna have to negotiate to go into the car, but that's, if looking proportionally, it's okay. That's okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's okay. It's just the moving goalposts. Okay. So now that we did this, we need to go over it and do the frame rails. So we got with our rails, we are here. Now I'm just thinking on how we did this with the charger and why this wasn't. I mean, it was okay with the charger, but here I would like to do it maybe a little bit more compact and even sturdier. Obviously, I mean, obviously it's gonna be sturdier because we have, we have the B pillar, and the roof is gonna be a lot better supported, and the roof is gonna support a lot of this flexing that's gonna happen here. But still, I want this longitudinal support to be relatively stiff. So, I mean, one of the options that we have here, we're gonna build it right now, is to do it like this. You can go outside. This is good. There's room here, like this. And right away, I'm gonna support this here. I'm gonna use this guy to support it. This is gonna make everything a lot sturdier. There. So now we can go with this. So when we use this, it sits right up against the existing frame. Obviously, our floor that we are gonna build is gonna be on this level. Maybe we're gonna even use this guy here. It's gonna be here. So basically in line with this, because if we use it like this, the amount of suspension travel is more than enough. It's never gonna hit this frame, and it's at the same time it's low enough so that we have a lot of boot space. It clears the differential, and of course right after the differential we are going to, well, no, we're not basically, we're gonna, I don't know, maybe we should probably place this somewhere here as a central part, so that we can just behind the differential we can lower the boot floor by 1 stud. So it's, we want the boot to be as big as possible, because we're gonna need it for batteries, for, I don't know. My first pneumatic engine. When did I build my first pneumatic engine? Probably like something like 19. Yes, it was the previous century, 1998 ish, something there, 97 or 98, around that time. I don't know. Okay, so if we use this, and we should, then we can as well use these again, because these are gonna create basically the exact conditions that we want, and maybe we can even place this in this orientation and move it a little bit forward, so that it can combine here with this. That's what we're gonna do. And here you see it ends exactly where the differential is, so that we can mount the mounts for the differential on top of this. So this is gonna be perfect. You know, people didn't build them back then. I did. That's a big difference. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to sound arrogant or anything, but I realized that I was probably one of the few ones that did. Uh, but I was not the only one. I know of people at the time who also discovered pneumatic engines. I don't know if they saw me doing it and then made their own designs, or they kind of discovered them independently. But around the same time, at the end of the 90s, the beginning of the 2000s, I remember there was kind of, you know, um, a time where people actually built pneumatic engines. Okay, let's see. I must now see from this side because it's not obvious. Um, mhm. Okay, so there's one stud gap, one stud gap. Okay, let me just see where this is. Yeah, exactly what I expected. Okay, so it's one stud off the floor. What can we do here? Well, first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replicate this on the other side, because that's gonna make our life much easier when we try to experiment with things. So I need to turn this around. And first thing, yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought I don't have any more of these, but I do have just enough. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, sadly, a few people that made some really interesting technical concepts back in the day, so in the late 90s, um, are not present anymore. So I don't know, they lost interest in technique, or you know, other things in life took priority, and you know, it's just it fizzled out. But there were people back in the day who well, built interesting stuff out of the 8880, so the black supercar components. That was interesting. Um, we took the concept as far as we could, but even that platform, of course, even at that time, had its limits. Okay, so now I need to reshuffle some of these. Yeah, life gets in the way of hobbies. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it goes. For better or for worse. One, two. Okay, and then let's say another 12. use just a fiver. Just a fiver. You see, now that we did this, the axle that comes here from the steering is gonna be supported by this black lift arm. There, very nice. And this is gonna make our steering a lot better. Well, of course, we can already see a problem here. A problem that's gonna be solved once I get my hands on some of the new 7 stud panels, because obviously the hand of God steering is gonna go up where the B pillar is, so around here. So this guy needs to end exactly where the hand of God steering starts, because otherwise I cannot do the gears here, because you know it's too close to this. Or you know, in the extreme case, I have to omit this and just use 2 lift arms, and then have enough room here for the hand of God steering. But right now this is irrelevant, since the hand of God steering is not important right now. This works for our purposes good enough. Right now we just want to make the structure, and then we're gonna worry about this later. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea if there's a large adult fans of Lego community in my country. I guess there are some, but I wouldn't call it large. I mean, the country itself is not large, so you know, Slovenia is pretty small, and I mean, the viewers people are from Slovenia, at least most of them, as far as I know. So there's that. But other than that, I'm actually unaware of them. And Poland is, you know, it's far away. No, you got my location pretty much right. I am from Slovenia. I see you are a stalker. Well, I am not hiding my country of origin, so yeah, that wasn't too difficult. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of sad, isn't it? But the good thing about people in Finland, most of you are in the south, very close to each other. That's the good thing. I would even bet that most are in the Helsinki area. Okay. Well, which part from America are you? Okay. Thing is, here in Europe, if you say you're from America, that's not saying much. America is big. There's many countries in America. Oh, you live in Oulu. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Right. That's different. Okay. I don't know much about Oulu. We only stopped for burgers at Kapuri 5 in Oulu, but yeah, it's really far up north. Come on. Okay. This isn't gonna be a problem later on, but now, right now, this is a problem. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Okay, now let's continue. So, we want this to be here. And of course, we want the frame rails to continue. Okay. Frame rails continue. And okay. Okay. So we're gonna have this guy here. Keep in mind what I'm doing here. It's basically just experimenting as usual. Everything is subject to change, and probably is going to change. But okay, we can do it here. Builder Q, have a nice Christmas time yourself. Join us during the holidays. Streams are gonna be here, so we're probably gonna build more than usual since during the holidays I have time. I have nothing better to do, and streams are gonna be more frequent. Okay. Yeah, exactly. What's 75 in real numbers? Nobody outside of the United States knows what this means. Nobody uses those units. Amorti means everybody in the rest of the world uses degrees Celsius, not degrees Fahrenheit. So we don't know how much 75 in Fahrenheit is in Celsius. Fahrenheit is just used in the United States. Keep that in mind. Okay. what do I do here? You see, right now, the problem that we have here is, where you can see it, we need to somehow make a connection between these, and a tunnel. Okay. So this is the conundrum that I'm facing right now. One of the options would be that we offset this by one more stud to the back and make then a lift arm connection here. You know, something like this. Something like this, and this lift arm connection would combine these two. And we have well, another option to make a frame here, so that this would be, you know, kind of squared and not be allowed to move. And then we need to bring back the tunnel. Well, I don't know. Two of the frames are not gonna fit in here, and you know, I don't want to put just one frame here, which I could. Technically I could. The problem is the removability of the suspension, of course, because once this is done, the suspension is going to be basically removable. And if I have something here, then I cannot remove the suspension because it's going to interfere with the cardan shaft of sorts, you know. Kinda. I mean, of course, the tunnel. Yeah, the tunnel is gonna be, well, I want it to be as small as possible because it can be as small as possible, but probably not with these, but with the smaller ones. Let me steal some from the Land Rover. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna use these. Oh, Lego Technic embodiment. You are the Russian guy, right? Who made the tiny engines from the standard Lego piston engines, right? I think that's a very, very interesting idea. I haven't thought about that. Okay, so we need to make these here narrower. Simply because there's not going to be room for the gears for the hand of God steering. So these need to be here. They need to be here. So we have like one stud in this direction and two studs in that direction. Okay. How do we do that? 1, 2, 3. But we can basically, where do we put it? Here or here? No, I think here would be better. Yeah. Yeah, here would be better. More room for the cardan shaft. Yeah, but David, in physics, the thing is that in physics, the Kelvin and the Celsius steps are the same. But Fahrenheit, 1 Fahrenheit, the step between 76 Fahrenheit and 77 Fahrenheit, so that 1 degree, that one step is not equal the step of 1 degree Celsius. It's just completely different. It's the imperial system, which is nonsensical completely. Mhm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's completely stupid. Yeah, we're gonna fit a gearbox in there, but it's gonna be a very simple gearbox. It's not gonna be like as complicated as in the charger. The gearbox is basically gonna have just two gears, low and high, nothing else. And it's gonna be very small compared to the rest. So the gear tunnel can be small as well. And if we use electric motors, probably don't even need a gearbox, but you know. Making a V8 out of the small cylinders isn't that easy because you need to support each crank journal. Uh, it's not like that's easy to do. It's actually pretty hard to do. So inline engines are more likely to happen with this. Oh, neat. Cool. So I just 3 studs together, and then so we can use this. Excellent. Excellent. Great. We can then use this. Okay. Very good. And we can use something else here, since they are not independent anymore. Rather dependent. So we can use something like this. can use, yeah, that's gonna be good enough for our purposes. There. A cute little tunnel. Now we need to, and you see the tunnel is also part of the structure because it's actually getting quite stiff, and on its own it's not much, but every bit here counts. Every bit makes it stiffer. Yeah, you need. I mean, the V8 is gonna be a little bit bigger. So basically, 3 studs bigger than it would be on its own in a standard Lego configuration. But yeah, a V8 is possible. Okay. But still, I need to find a way to now make this possible. And now, once this is possible, we're gonna make a frame here that's gonna be basically the parcel shelf, and then I'm gonna just support the frame that we're gonna make here to the roof, so that we get some stiffness, and then we can make the pushrod suspension. But first, this problem. Okay, this is gonna solve a lot. Okay, let's try this. This and this. But we don't know what to do with this yet. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Okay. What can we do here? Oh, we can do this. But how do we then combine this into this? This I don't know. Oh, you mean that? Well, it was an automatic gearbox. Yeah, that was interesting. I think I still have pictures of that gearbox. Yeah. At one point, we were offering it as a product on LP Power. But I guess since we don't offer it as a product on LP Power anymore, I guess I could post pictures of it. I have the full building instructions done for it. I guess I could make a link for it, yeah. I should. Maybe now during the holidays. As a kind of holiday gift. But you have to keep in mind that the gearbox is, well, it's made out of old bricks, and it's kind of obsolete. It can be done better nowadays. But just so you get some pointers. Come on. Okay. I guess I can put this in. And another one here. Just for overkill stability. There. Now I'm gonna combine this just so that it doesn't move. It's what I'm gonna do here. It's not gonna be a final solution or anything. Just something to prevent this from moving. Can't use this. I have to use these. Okay. What? Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna use one. There. Okay. Just so that we have kinda a feeling of what's happening. So the suspension travel is adventurous. So it's, you know, we're probably never gonna go like this because, you know, this is ridiculous. So the suspension travel that we get here is never gonna happen. You know, so it's okay. No, I'm not gonna sell the automatic transmissions, but so. Well, the Sierra is, you know, the Sierra is gonna be the test bed for future engines. So we are building it as a replacement for the Mustang because for until now, the red Mustang was the test bed for LP power engines, but now, you know, it's the Mustang is obsolete, to say the least, and we need a fresh platform. That's why we are building it with a large engine bay, you know, so that it can house big engines. Gearbox, just like in the Mustang, we don't really need it. We just need a room for a one-way clutch or something, you know, nothing big. And there's enough room for a one-way clutch here, essentially, you know. They are. Then don't, yeah, maybe they are under the free section. Then if they are, well, go there and download them. Let me check. I don't know. Let's see. Free stuff. They are. They are. HDA automatic transmission. Instructions are there. So go to the LP Power website and download them and enjoy. What else can I say? What do we mean? What happened to the Mustang? It's there. It's just a museum piece. No, I have not thought of making a Boxer LP. Not at this point. Come on, camera, focus. Thank you. I guess. Okay, where were we? Okay, now we need that we did what we did here. Now I need to marry the tunnel with this guy in some fashion. I mean, there's a few ways that we can do this. I would prefer to do it elegantly, as elegantly as possible. So the options maybe would be do it like this, and then I don't know here, but I don't know. This is not really what I would like. If they were in the same plane, that would be cool, but they are not. This cannot be any lower than as is. What can we do here actually? I don't know. So we need to do something crazy like this here. I guess. Yeah, and then we're gonna have like yeah, okay. The fender is gonna go up here from this point. Probably the same way it's going to it's happening in the front. Yeah. So we have some symmetry in the car. But now the big question is, of course, the tunnel. The tunnel needs to be combined with this. This is gonna give us a lot of strength. But how do we do it? We could use axles. Not a big friend of axles, but we could use axles. So we would use what? One, two, essentially two axles, yeah. We would use two axles. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the best way. So two 7-stud axles. Yeah. show you what I think we're gonna do in just a moment. Okay, so this is possible. Oh yeah, okay, easier than I thought. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. This is gonna have some strength. Okay. Okay, so this is our flange, if you like. So these points here, these are going to the tunnel, and these four are going to the panel here. Obviously, we're gonna have to force a few things here, I guess. Because this is already so tightly integrated. But I actually, yeah, I don't know how to. I do. Yeah, of course I do know how to do this. Hold on. Have to drop the suspension. And we have to remove these here. Come on. Okay. Now we can. Yeah, now we can remove this. There. So now we insert this guy here. Okay, yeah. There we go. Okay, this is now properly strong. Okay, this has strength. The tunnel is strong. This is very good. This is very, very good. Obviously, we're gonna mount this from below the pins. Oh, for fuck's sake, I need to. As I said, this is not the final way to do it. Well, it's probably the final way, but we need to add something here that's gonna prevent this from popping up every time we mount the suspension. Fish, the parts, if you scroll up in the chat, I think you will find the part number. There's two parts for this. It's something that's apparently found in Star Wars sets. It's two parts. It kind of allows you to adjust your angles and stuff. So, I'm reasonably happy with this as far as we have progressed. It's not the worst thing that we did. Not by far. So the suspension has enough travel. Now that everything is fixed to the frame, it's also pretty stiff, I guess. You have the, of course, see this? This is purely because there's an axle instead of a pin here. I don't know if we can change this. Probably not. Probably not. I'm not happy. But you know, the rear trailing arms are probably going to go through one more redesign, and in this redesign we can maybe redesign this. We'll see. Or if I'm really angry, yeah. I mean, something can be done. Something can be done. But yeah, it's the wheel isn't gonna go anywhere. You know, this is gonna be pretty sturdy. So now that we did this, it's time for our wishbones. For our come on, help me. For our push rods. So let's see what we can do, and let's see how far outside we can make them. So basically what I would like to do, yeah, that's one broken. So what I would like to do here is to have the impact of the strut towers as little as possible in the wheel wells. And at the same time, we need to again mark where the 13 stud limit is for our basically for our lid here. So 13 studs. Okay. 13 studs, let's see. Mhm. Mhm. It's gonna be nice. So 13 studs. They're perfect. It's gonna be absolutely perfect. So basically, this guy here is gonna be the actuator. It's gonna push something here up. Of course, not unlimited, because you know there's just so much that we need the suspension, or we can allow the suspension to travel, which is gonna be right about here. That's enough. Even if someone wants to lower the car, you know, if we allow it like this, from my perspective here, you know, that's very low. And there's yeah, I mean there's still suspension travel possible, but it's pretty low. So we're gonna call it a day when the suspension travel is like this. Although most of the suspension is gonna be traveling only like this, only small amounts. So yeah, good. Um, it's gonna lean slightly forward, and let's see what's gonna actuate it. I would say probably something like this. We just have to determine where the optimal. Okay. So that's not okay. I want this to travel less. So let's see what happens if I move the point here. No. I am not a friend of air ride suspensions. So that's a no. I will do many things before I would do this. So don't count on it. Yeah, but I'm not a friend of gimmicks. Not really. Okay. I see. So basically we want a larger lever here, not a smaller one. A larger lever. So that the suspension actually moves less. I mean the pushrods. The pushrods move less. Less than this. Well, everybody can decide whatever they want right now. You can replace any spring with a pneumatic cylinder, basically, at any point in time. Okay, this is more like it. This is more like it. Obviously, we are going to reroute the action from up and down to left and right. Obviously, because the springs are gonna be lying here. They're gonna be horizontal. But yeah, this looks okay. And we can easily mount anti-roll bars to this. See, we just put a ball joint socket here, a steering link there, and we can have an anti-roll bar here just behind the differential, just like in the real car. And this is gonna be just lovely. So with this in mind, let's see if... Oh, that's the problem. Okay. So, ideally, I would like this to go through here. Ideally. But the way I see it here... Yeah, no. This was fine. This actually was fine. If the points are here. Come on. Yeah, we just need to figure out... Well, basically, the push rods can be smaller as well. You know? And they should be. We're gonna probably use these. You know? Instead of what we have here. Instead of this guy here. The big boy. I would probably prefer to use the smaller ones. So the smaller ones are 2 studs lower, which is nice. And you know, the push rods can then be, I mean, the whole spring actuation stuff can then be basically just behind the front seats, the rear seats, and not bothering anyone, because that's usually a good place for stuff like that. We are not gonna have foldable seats. Because that's not gonna happen with a pushrod. But that doesn't really matter. It's a Cosworth. Sierra Cosworth. Who gives a shit about foldable seats? Nobody's gonna use them anyway. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Bummer. So one big problem here is that this actually acts as a bump stop. See? We cannot move past this. And I would kind of like the suspension travel to be a little bit more. So when the suspension is dropped, it needs to be a little bit more because of the cornering and rolling of the car. It needs more travel. Just does. We're gonna try this in a lower position. So we can try this here and see how it goes. Okay, so that allows us to drop the suspension to a desirable level. Okay, the problem is just now how far can we go on the upstroke. Yeah, pretty much what we want. I mean, this is pretty much, you know, pretty much as low as it goes. So we're not gonna go any lower. Well, I'm going to explain it for the fourth or fifth time in this stream. It's a Star Wars piece. It's two pieces. I don't know. Scroll up. There's. I think it was Ben or someone who posted the part numbers. Well, okay. So I'm happy with this. This is basically all of the suspension travel we need. We don't need any more than this. This is, well, I would even wager that the real car has less suspension travel than this. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Very good. Very good. Okay. This is sorted. Let's do the other side and then we can do the springs. Do we have time? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe we're gonna just do this. Yeah, in this stream, half an hour should be doable. Yeah, there. Come on, go inside. Okay. Okay. So what I want to do here, for now, I'm gonna leave it like this, but in the future we need to make just a better version of this to mount it better, with more hassle, with less hassle. Not yet. Not yet. I have not built a mid-engine car yet. But as frequent viewers of this stream know, my big wish is to buy the Lego Bugatti Chiron and make the fastest Lego car out of it. And it's of course gonna be mid-engined. So okay. Now let's see about springs. So since the suspension travel is not that big, we can use the small springs, which is my preferred choice anyway. I mean, we have quite a big lever, so maybe these are gonna be overkill, maybe not. So I'm gonna use them just, until we know better. We're gonna use these, and then once we know better, then we may change them. Or since this is a Pushrod, we can always add more springs, change the levers. We have options. Now, we have all of the options. Thank you, Mr. Morty. Thank you. Okay. I need room here to make this. Oh, come on. Okay. Well, if I'm lucky, they are gonna meet in the middle. If I'm not lucky, okay. Yeah. If I'm not lucky, this is gonna happen. Okay. No worries. No worries. Okay, let's see where it needs to sit. Okay, already found another problem. So the way this is, it's not gonna go this way because the spring here is being the bump stop. Of course, we knew that before because this was a bump stop, but you know. Okay. There we go. Ah, of course. Same mistake. Now we're talking. That's now enough suspension travel, I guess. Yeah, this is as much as we are gonna get here. Yeah, and as much as we need, actually. I guess. They are going to be, those springs are going to be too soft. I can already see it. But at the same time, this whole setup here is not good. It's not good because it restricts us too much. So, first of all, I would like to have more travel, more basically more drop in the suspension. We're never gonna go as low as this, but I want to go higher. Basically, if this makes sense, I want the wheel to drop more because approximately where we are now, this is gonna be the right height. So I want the wheel to drop more to then get back to the right height that we need. If it makes any sense. Um, then again, just hold your horses a little bit. Let me think. Number one, okay. So at least this problem is gonna sort itself out, I think. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, yeah. So there is room for the springs. Now we can remove this guy. And for the first time, we have rear suspension. The car, for the first time, the car is rolling. Yep. We have a rolling chassis for the first time, ladies and gentlemen. Not in this setup. Not in this setup. There's just no way of. The problem was that we did not have there was no decent way of attaching the pneumatic cylinders to the ball joints. Not in a million years. This works. You know, this works. Needs a little bit work. Probably we would like to move these one stud further to the back. This will increase the ride height and solve most of our problems that we have right now. So this is the first thing that we are gonna do right now, and then we're gonna see about the other things. I need to remove all of this, of course, naturally. Of course, things like this happen. Mm. Okay. Yep. See, this solved our problem. Now we have more than enough suspension travel. This drop that we have here is perfect. So this is when the car is lifted off the ground on a jack stand or on a lift. Okay, and now imagine when the car is settling down on its weight. It's about this, and then it has suspension travel. Obviously, now that we have push rods that are pushing this a little bit out, we need to make sure that these don't pop out. But I see no real challenges here. Okay, there's no real challenges. We basically just put this guy here, there, and problem solved. Yes, I have built test engines with small cylinders. Test one cylinder engines with small cylinders, to be precise. Okay, good idea. And a problem, of course, yeah. So this is okay, but not in this manner. Needs to be done with this. Mhm. You see what I'm doing, right? Basically, when the push rods are working, this bottom part of the frame is being pushed out. So with this here, we're gonna make sure this doesn't happen. And at the same time, you see, I put one of the push rod mounting points on the L lift arm. What I could do as well is I could basically put another 15 stud lift arm across here. Another option as well to be considered in the future, maybe the better option. But right now we're gonna go with this because, reasons. And we can change it at any point in time. And we probably will. Mhm. There we go. The problem, of course, here is now this isn't being jammed in place by nothing. But okay, we don't need it right now. I'm just gonna use longer axles so that I don't have to worry about it. There. There. And let's repeat this here as well. Okay, Suspense Comics. Yes, this is a Lego car. Of course. We are doing stuff out of Lego. A Lego Ford Sierra. Well, it's going to be a Lego Ford Sierra. Right now it's work in progress. It will be an engine tester, not just pneumatic engines. We're gonna use electric engines, pneumatic engines, all of that. The whole shebang. Okay. There we go. See? I cannot see. See, now that we fixed this, the bottom parts of the frames are not being pushed out anymore. I mean, they are, but they're being prevented from being pushed out by the lift arms. And the pushrod suspension is working nicely. Now, if we need more spring power, we can always add more springs. So there's room for 2 more springs here on each side, not affecting anything. We just add 2 springs and it's done. And we can add either 2 of these or 2 of the softer kind, depending on how much we need. But this is what we are gonna know this after a lot of the car is going to be assembled. So we have to make sure that we have access to this part at all times. Shouldn't be a problem, really. But yeah, the car is a runner for the first time. We have a running car. And I'm just gonna, I'm gonna fix this together because I'm annoyed at the flex here. There we go. Holy shit! Already, this is already pretty sturdy. Actually, I have to admit, we don't even have. See, we don't even have the roof and then the C pillars, and this is already pretty sturdy. You see how much this flexes, but this is gonna be gone after we have some proper roof structure. But this is pretty good, pretty damn good. Okay, well, that's it for today. Time has run out. So in the next stream, which is gonna be on Friday, Christmas, well, Eve, I don't know. My family and I have Christmas dinner or whatever tomorrow. So on the 25th, I'm in the evening. I'm free, so I'm gonna be streaming. So on Friday, we are going to do the anti-roll bar, and we are going to start on the roof. So we're gonna do the roof pillars, and of course we need to do the the fenders. So basically the fender structure that's going to be connected to this, like in the rear car, and then the C pillars going up and joining to the roof. So this is the project for, let's say, for the next 2 streams. And after we have this, we can remove this support, and we are going to have a very nice car. Of course, imagine, of course, a piece like this here. You don't have to imagine it. I'm going to install it just for visual. So this is basically the rear seat area. This is already the area where the rear seat is. This is the leg room for the rear passengers, and this is gonna be, let's see, this is gonna be the back of the seat, so the backrest. And just behind the backrest, we have the parcel shelf, which is gonna be, well, let's take a look at the pictures. Come on. Where's the picture? Here. Picture, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, according to the picture, the parcel shelf is pretty much where these are. Pretty much there is the parcel shelf running across, and then the C pillar, the back of the C pillar, so the rear window is here, and then yeah, something like that. And then we have like you know, I don't know, approximately uh, this much of rear overhang ish. I don't know. I have to calculate it. So yeah, it's looking good, I guess. Of course, things are still wonky here because they're not finalized, and yeah, but you know, I can drive the car now. And see a little bit how it performs. It looks okay. There's no resistance in the steering, so the wheels are actually describing very nice circles. So yeah. This is the rear suspension so far. Yeah, plenty of trunk space is gonna be left. So I think it looks pretty nice. It's definitely more than the sum of its parts, I would say. But I think we quite nailed it. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah. Well, Floralandia, do ask. What do you mean, like a swing axle? It's not a swing axle. It's a trailing arm. It's a trailing arm suspension. It's basically, you see, the angle here. The angle here makes it basically a hybrid. I mean a hybrid. It combines a trailing arm and a swing axle setup. It's basically the precursor of the modern multi-link suspension, because the goal with this was pretty much to achieve the same things that the designers wanted to achieve then later with multi-link suspension. So active, so basically camber change during the travel, and toe change. So camber and toe change during the suspension travel. Toe, toe changes as well. So it changes from toe in to toe out throughout its suspension travel. Same things happen with modern multi-link setups. Depending on the exact angles here and on the setups in the multi-links, they do different things for different types of cars. You know, it all depends. There's so many so many variables here. But yeah, keeping the wheels flat in the corners is one thing that they do, and then they actually steer in the corners as well. So when the car rolls, the wheels change angles so that basically they counteract the rear braking out. If it makes any sense. Yeah, I mean, there's probably some videos on YouTube that explain this a lot better than I do. But the best way to find out is to build it. You know, when the car rolls into the corner, like this, for example, the toe and the camber change here and here as well, because uh, if the suspension, of course, is at the right height and the car rolls in the corner, what happens is that the suspension here gets compressed, the suspension here gets unleavened. So basically, uh, the car, this happens. So, and when this happens, uh, the the toe and the camber on both wheels change. Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's the setup of it with basically with just a suspension bridge and the two trailing arms attached to it is simple, but the idea and the geometry behind it is a little bit more complicated. You know, and I'm really happy how we managed to achieve the attachment points here, because this is the suspension bridge really sits nicely, really sits nicely. And of course, you remove it just by unpinning this, and we're gonna have a very simple mechanism here, and everything drops. Yeah, so that's nice. Well, everything drops except these. Oh, sorry. But then I don't know. We're gonna see how basically you twist them and they pop up. The chat is basically always in the videos, as far as I know. I think I even used one of the videos to scroll back because I wanted to see something in the chat, and it was all there. Um, I don't really see the options, but yeah, I will be careful to see if there's an option to include chat or whatever. I don't really change any of those settings. Um, I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna look for it. One thing I wanted to do before I go. I'm gonna just include this. Okay, just for reference, that this is the hand of God steering, and that we need to change this panel, because right about here, see, right about here is gonna be the transfer mechanism to transfer the hand of God steering axle up and into the roll hoop. So we have, like in the Charger, we have the steering on top. But unlike the Charger, we're gonna do it a little bit different with cardan joints. Well, not cardan joints, but we're gonna have the mechanism here fixed, and then we're gonna have just two CV joints, one here and one up there, and the axle is gonna be like tilted a little bit, so it doesn't matter. So that we have the hand of God steering, here in the center. So the axle is gonna be basically Excellent. It's gonna go from here to here, and it's gonna be slightly tilted, like this. And then we're gonna have something here to attach it, so that when you pull out the steering knob for the hand of God steering, uh, that it still remains in place. Most Slovenian Christmas traditions, I don't know. We have the same traditions as the Austrians and Germans. So people around us and the Croatians. I mean, we don't have anything special. Most of Slovenian culture is based on the Austrian and German cultures, because we've been under Germany and Austria for most of our existence. So um, it's pretty much homogeneous. Anyway, Merry Christmas to anyone. Since we don't see each other tomorrow, on Friday there's a stream at the usual time, I guess. If I'm bored, then maybe I will have the stream earlier. Uh, so yeah, I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Be safe, and I see you on Friday.